thought Denmark were wonderful to watch.
Do you know what? They have been brilliant this tournament, other than the fact that up until when that dreadful incident with Eriksson against Finland.
And then that to play that night.
Night. Up until then, they were dominating the game. They were really good. I thought for the first 45, maybe 50 minutes against Belgium, they were fantastic. It's the best football I've seen by one side in the tournament so far in that first half performance. Okay. They were that good.
Yeah.
And they couldn't sustain it. They get De Bruyne off the bench, Hazard, and then, of course, you know what happens after that. So we know how good Belgium are. But they deserve that. And over the games I've seen, for them to have gone out under the circumstances that they would have done surrounding Eriksson would have been sad, actually. And I'm pleased for them that they've gone through and progressed it in the next round. Tonight's game was fabulous. I mean, a really brilliant game of football. You know, Russia played their part as well, but just
that goal from Christensen was incredible.
There was a couple of really good goals, but the Christensen
PlayStation goal,
absolute screamer. He's never scored for Chelsea. Can you believe that? If he's scored out,
yeah.
But look, I'm really pleased for Denmark, and you know they play Wales right on Saturday.
Yeah.
Right?
Who do you fancy? Not all jokes aside. Who do you fancy for that one? It's a tough game.
It's a tough one to call because Wales are doing it again, aren't they? Wales are, I thought they were really good against Italy, and when Empadu got sent off, we'll have a chat about whether it's red or not, but I thought they played well, Wales. They can be really proud of digging in. Okay, Italy didn't necessarily need to keep going and get the second goal, and once they got their noses in front, but defending with their lives, it was just a really good performance to make sure that they got themselves into that knockout round. So, yes, been some brilliant football over the weekend.
Welsh fans, you can phone up and talk about that game at the weekend, whether or not I'm sure you'll fancy it. Of course you do. 08717 22 334. We'll talk England in a moment, but away from the Euros for a sec. Supposedly, we're led to believe that Man City have offered 100 million and Jesus for Harry Kane. I think if that is the offer for a 27-year-old, that is something Spurs have got. I mean, he's going to go, Harry Kane, right? He's going to go, you would assume. 100 million plus a striker who I think is a very, very good player. We've not seen the best of him yet.
Jesus, you're talking about that, right? Okay.
Right. I don't know if necessarily he can play that number 9 on his own. I don't know whether or not he's good enough for that, but I think it's a good deal for Spurs. I really do. What do you make of it?
It looks a good deal, doesn't it? But I think Daniel Levy, when there's a player plus cash deal, Jesus has got all the power here, hasn't he? He's in such a good position. He doesn't have to go. He doesn't want to. He can say, dig his heels. No, I don't want to go to Spurs. I want to go to somewhere in Europe or go to another club. So he's got all the power there. But if this is the first offer, Spurs will be thinking there's a little bit more to come. So don't be surprised if this continues. I very much doubt Levy will take the first offer. Okay, well, Spurs fans, you can have your say on that. And City fans, 08717 22 Now, on to tomorrow night's football. England in action against Czech Republic. That one kicks off at 8 p.m. live on talkSPORT. Scotland in action, of course. That one's 8 o'clock as well on talkSPORT 2. So, on the back of results tonight, both Czech Republic and England have qualified for the knockout rounds, right? Now, I've got in front of me a convoluted piece of paper that tells me exactly who we play. But the bottom line is, if we finish top, right? Yeah. If we finish top, we are likely to play in the last 16, France, Germany or Portugal. If we win that... It's whoever finishes second in that group, correct? Yeah. Right. If we win that it's either Spain or Sweden. And then if we win that, it's either Holland, Wales or Russia. Okay? Right. Or I imagine Denmark win that. Here's the thing, though. If we finish second in our group, we will play either Slovakia, Spain or Sweden. But then we'll play France, Germany or Portugal. I don't know why I'm reading this out, because the closer you get to the latter stages, it's going to be difficult. There's so much that can change between now. Yeah. Different groups. Like we saw tonight, Denmark started off at the first whistle, at the bottom of the league, and they finished second. So they just goes to show. There's the first whistle? Yeah, first. Yeah, first whistle. That first one. Give us your best whistle. Are you blowing out or blowing in? Blowing out. Blow in with the whistle. Can't be very nice for you to get that, mate. Oh, you heard yourself for 3 hours. So here's the question. How do you think England will line up? Because you and I did the phone-in on Friday after that. What horrible phone-in that was. It's always going to be people moaning, isn't it? People phoning up, moaning at us. 2.5 hours of... So that's what supporting England does to you. I woke up Saturday morning. It just felt horrible. It's just horrible. I thought about the game. Yeah. Honestly, it was such a... It was so... I woke up Saturday annoyed at Gareth Southgate. I was just annoyed, just frustrated, and the callers phoning up. Well, that's what we're here for. I know, but normally you can't be annoyed. There was anyway. I'm moaning back. Oh, you are now. You're doing what they do. Well, see how they like it.
I worry about England with Southgate. I really do.
Yeah, we were.
He's got his favourites. He loves Sterling. I'll be stunned if he's not playing tomorrow.
Well,
He plays right back at left back.
I've got my
He
team.
plays a player that plays wide of a 3 up top when he's got a number 9 on the bench. Lots of things don't add up. We're
some
desperate for
strange
goals.
decisions.
We're desperate for goals. He's got Jadon Sancho, I think, who's set up 20
Yeah.
in the Bundesliga, leaves him on the bench.
Very strange decisions, I felt, is substitutions, in particular, taking off Foden, or I wouldn't have taken off Sterling. It just, it's not until you read other people's opinions and listen to them afterwards, but it had to be Sterling. It had to be. Sterling, wasn't it? Foden. Eventually Sterling came off. But, putting Rashford down the middle as well, it wasn't a bad point. It was a bad performance. It's not a bad point. I just come away on the Saturday. I just thought I don't know how we're gonna. We got to improve on that.
Do you expect lots of changes for the game tomorrow night for 2 reasons? One, how poor we were, but 2, more importantly, we had now qualified. So you think for the game in the last 16, he wants all of his key players fit, so he might rest a few tomorrow.
Well, I think it's an opportunity actually to perhaps try 1 or 2 different things. Maguire will start. I'll be stunned if he doesn't start because clearly he's one of his favourites and clearly the defence has been around him for large parts. Him and Stones have been the best. If you're going to play a 4, it's him and Stones. But therefore Mings has been so good, you kind of feel a bit harsh on Mings because I think he deserves to continue his place. So I would go 3. I would go to 3 at the back.
I wouldn't risk Maguire because we're through and after tomorrow we've got 6 days off. So
how's he going to get fit?
I don't think you're going to get match fit in one game, are you?
I tell you, what chance? What an opportunity to
but
play
you've got
him.
6 more days of rest.
Well, if either he's fit or he's not now. I would
Okay,
play
all
him.
right, okay.
I would play him,
All
even
right.
if you're gonna, even if he doesn't last the whole night. It depends how he views this. It's really interesting because now we are through. We've qualified. We cannot not qualify. I mean, we're pretty much through anyway. But it depends how bad he wants to top the group now. What does he want to do? But I think this is an opportunity. With Mount missing, it would appear we still don't.
Very bizarre that is.
No. Mount is missing and Chilwell's missing, right?
Yeah.
So Mount clearly is going to change his plans because Mount would have started, I would have thought.
Well, we don't know because
we
we're
don't
through
know.
now.
No, we don't know.
Here's a question for you. Do you
go on.
think his team has changed since he's heard the news that we're guaranteed to be through?
Probably not, because you can't change. You would have prepared for this game.
Okay.
He would have prepared and gone into training and he would have had shape, maybe set pieces, 1 or 2 players on. Kane's starting. He was asked the question of the weekend. Kane is starting, so that's up top. But I think with Mount missing and Sterling having an off day, I think it's a real chance, a real opportunity for him to play a 3-4-3. I really do. And with Maguire coming back there,
Who's your 3? You put in Walker in that 3?
I'm not. No,
You're not?
I'm
Okay.
not.
Who are you putting in there?
I'm putting Mings, Stones, and Maguire.
Okay. So your wing backs are going to be Walker, I'm guessing.
Walker or Trippier. Yeah,
Right.
he's got.
And on the other side, you've got to be Shaw.
He's got Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
I'd go Bellingham and Rice in the middle of the park.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And I've gone Sancho, Grealish, and Kane.
So you're not playing Foden either?
Not playing Foden. I'm going to go those
Okay.
two. Foden's been good enough for me, but right now, that's how I would do it.
Okay.
The Sports Bar with Andy Goldstein and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday night from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.